Have you ever heard a kid blurt out, "You're so old-fashioned"? Ain't so. Maybe it was about the way you write emails, or the fact that you still keep a paper calendar, or, gasp, that you actually talk on the phone instead of texting. Ouch, right? It stings, but before you grit your teeth or snap back, consider this. That moment doesn't have to be a battle. It can be a bridge, a chance to connect, not collide. When a young person says you're old-fashioned, it may sound like a critique, but it's rarely meant as an attack. What you're really hearing is the sound of a cultural gap. Kids and teens today are growing up surrounded by rapid change, endless notifications, and technology that reinvents itself practically every year. Their world is built on speed, convenience, and constant evolution. In contrast, you might treasure the depth that comes from patience, the meaning behind a handwritten note, or the satisfaction of taking time to reflect before responding. Those aren't flaws, they're values. So, when those two worlds collide, it's not disrespect, it's just disconnect. And the good news? Disconnection is something you can repair, especially with a little empathy and emotional intelligence. When you meet the moment with curiosity instead of defensiveness, you open the door to understanding. Why does this matter? Because how you respond can make all the difference. Reacting with defensiveness, saying things like, "Well, in my day," or "You don't understand anything yet," usually ends the conversation, and maybe even adds a few bricks to that generational wall. Those responses might feel satisfying for a second, but they shut down curiosity and reinforce stereotypes. Instead, imagine responding with, "That's interesting. Tell me more about how it works now." Or, "Wow, things really have changed fast." You don't have to agree or abandon your own perspective. You're simply showing respect for theirs. That's where mutual respect begins, not with agreement, but with openness. By being curious, you send a message. I'm willing to listen, and I value your experience, even if it's different from my own. So, how can you handle the old-fashioned label with grace, not gritted teeth? Here are 3 practical tips. First, pause. Don't react. When that comment lands, take a breath. Instead of firing back, try asking, "What makes you think that?" It's a simple question, but it shifts the conversation from conflict to curiosity. You might be surprised by what you learn, and they'll feel heard, not judged. Second, own your values, but do it lightly. You don't need to defend the past as if it's under attack. Instead, share your experiences. Try saying, "We didn't have smartphones, but we did have longer conversations," or, "I like writing letters because it makes me slow down and think." When you share, not preach, you invite others to see the value in your ways, without feeling pressured to adopt them. Third, add a little humor. Laughter breaks tension and reminds everyone that differences aren't disasters. They're just part of life. If someone calls you old-fashioned, you might reply, "Old-fashioned? Maybe. Timeless? Definitely." A smile can turn a potential standoff into a shared moment. Remember, being called old-fashioned isn't an insult, it's just a perspective. And when you meet new perspectives with grace, you don't lose your voice. In fact, you gain something far more valuable, real connection. So, next time you hear that phrase, take it as a compliment. You're bringing something timeless to a changing world. What's one old-fashioned habit you're proud of? Maybe it's writing in a journal, or cooking from scratch, or just taking time to listen. Whatever it is, own it and celebrate it. Stay curious, stay connected, and remember, a little grace goes a long way.